Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Beautiful day to be here on Mackinac Island amongst the lilacs. And well, it's day one of the Lilac Festival here, and here with us, the man who kind of runs things, Tim Hygh. Is that inaccurate?
That's inaccurate.
Okay.
We've got a lot of folks out there doing a lot of work right now. So, yeah, we kind of have the command center for information and logistics and things. But, yeah, and hopefully everybody's having a great time with the lilacs out the way they are, in full bloom, just in time. We'll just take credit for that one.
Yeah, a lot of people in the northern part of the state have been dealing with on-again, off-again weather, but today's beautiful. How's it been for the lilacs leading up to this?
It's been absolutely perfect. They really started coming out last week, and we've got over 200 varieties of lilacs on the island, so they don't always bloom the same time. So I don't know if someone was really smart and figured that one out, but there are some Asian trees that tend to bloom a little bit later than the ones that are more prominent that you see right now. And so what we like to say is, if your lilacs have already died where you live, come up and have a second spring on Mackinac Island, because they're just in full bloom right now.
Now, you're in charge of the Chamber and the Convention Bureau, correct? How have things been for the island?
Well, it's been an incredible 7-8 years of growth, just like all of northern Michigan, and what the Pure Michigan folks have been able to do to help us, and what we've been able to do now that we have a convention bureau. We're out there marketing a little bit. This May, the weather didn't cooperate as much as we would like to, but if you're going to have a bad weather month,
that's the month to have it.
Make it May,
right. Early rather than later.
Absolutely.
It's funny, I was asking you about the bikes on the island and how many there are for rent, and you ballparked that about 1,600?
Yeah, it's regulated, and I think the number this year is 1,600 bicycles.
Yeah, and that's got to be a very competitive business, and you want to cap that number, correct? Because you don't have, too many, or how do you sort all that out?
Well, that's a city issue. That's certainly not a Chamber of Commerce issue or a Convention Bureau issue, and I'm sure it's based on safety, capacity, and how can you store them correctly and take good care of them.
Right. All right, Lilac Festival week, what's going on? And then you cap it off with the parade, and we'll talk a little bit about that, but what's going on?
Lots of stuff, every single day. But if people want to come up the first weekend, we have the Family Fun Free area brought to you by Farm Bureau down at Windermere Point. Bounce houses, a little coloring thing for everybody, and they got the hot dog stand, people flying kites, you got the waves coming in, kids skipping stones. It doesn't get any more Americana than that, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then we've got dancing in the streets on Saturday night with the boot scooters, the West Michigan boot scooters, the Queen coronation over the weekend. We got to crown a new Lilac Queen this weekend. And they've been doing this since 1949. And we talked to the mayor today, Mayor Dowd, and she was the Lilac Queen. She had to think about it. She goes, I think it was 1962. Yeah. But she was on the very first float of the Lilac Festival in 1949. How's that for a little trivia? For America's longest running mayor. So
you mentioned the name Dowd. How important is that name historically speaking here on the island?
Oh my goodness. The Dowds, the Chambers, all the Irish, here on the island. It's very big. And isn't it nice that we still have that? There's a place to go where the family tradition remains the same, and you've got 5th and 6th generation families running businesses. No chains on Mackinac Island except one, and people tend to like it because they get their morning coffee and afternoon coffee there.
Right, I hadn't noticed that, but that's right.
There is a Starbucks on the island, but that's the only chain. And everything is family owned, and that makes a difference.
I was wondering about this earlier, what with Kids Day today, and to get a lot of school groups coming up at the end of the year. Do you think that they understand that this is actually the way it was, and now these were just built for their entertainment?
At that age, I'm not sure what they're doing, because I just love to sit back and watch them on the boat, and I love to watch them in downtown. They are having a ball, and they're moving so quickly. I don't know if they are really taking anything in, but what happens is they do build a memory that lasts forever, and they often come back and they want to relive that memory, and they are able to because the island doesn't change all that much.
Tim Hygh, Mackinac Convention Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. It's a Chamber of Commerce kind of day. It's going to be a great summer for you again.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Come on out to the Lilac Festival. We've got the big grand parade on Father's Day at 4 o'clock, and that's America's largest horse hitch parade. You may have seen a parade in your town, and it was led by a convertible or a truck. Come see one led by a horse.
Excellent. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Vic. Thanks for being here.
On Mackinac Island, getting ready for Lilac Festival, I'm Vic McCarty, My News 26.